Port Said was the thriving gateway to the Suez Canal. It was an elegant city with a reputation for a dubious nightlife. Today it's a ghost town with many of its buildings pounded into rubble by the Israeli Air Force. Most of the port's 325,000 people were evacuated 5 years ago during the war of attrition, when both sides kept lobbing shells at each other across the canal. 50,000 young men stayed behind to defend the city, and they mingle with the soldiers and frequent the few tattered bars that are left open. The city's governor, Major General Abdel Hodaib, said the port came under intense air attack at the beginning of the war, and 200 civilians were killed and 600 wounded. He would not accept that with Egyptian forces massing in the town and most civilians evacuated, the Israelis might have considered it a legitimate target. We were shown a damaged French missionary hospital and a block of flats across the road that had been completely demolished. But we could not film tanks and lorries that lurked around every corner, or the radar stations that poked their masts from waste ground. Nor could we show the decoy missile sites and anti-aircraft emplacements that ring the town, each manned by scarecrow soldiers. The only military vehicle we could see was a captured Israeli tank, displayed proudly in the city square. At Port Fouad, on the other side of the canal, we were shown a mosque and a school hit by bombs. But this town had been completely evacuated, and only military personnel are allowed there. Hardly any building had escaped intact, and I saw many burnt-out army lorries and stores. From Port Fouad, we went to the old front line and were shown the Egyptians' star prize. The strong point had been held by 60 Israelis. They were all killed or captured. The Egyptians blew it up before they moved forward into Sinai, and all that remains now are the boulders that form the defences and twisted metal that lined the trenches. They say the Israelis had been forced back 12 miles at this point, and I saw a massive Egyptian presence on the east bank, with tanks, artillery and anti-aircraft defences dug in between minefields. Obviously, there's going to have to be a lot of reconstruction, not only in the canal ports, but also at the peace table, before Port Said or Port Fouad get on with their business of sending ships down the canal and offering the tourist his first taste of the delights of the East. Keith Hatfield, News at 10, Cairo.